Flower of Carmel, blossoming vine.
Happy Fiesta!
Okay, happy fiesta po sa lahat. Hello friends in Carmel. Today is a special occasion to the whole Carmelite family.
Yes!
Because today is the solemn feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And I'm still your Kawana Talk and my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Okay. Stop. Padala nyo na lang po ang mga regalo ninyo dyan sa comment box. Okay. Ako po ang inyong Kawana Talk, Brother Romeo.
Yes. Hello! This is Brother Harold, and it's a reminder also that we wear always our brown scapular as a sign of our love. Eto palang uso ngayon.
Yan,
love to Mary by imitating her virtues.
We would also like to greet a happy fiesta to all our brothers in the Order of Carmelite or OCARM.
Yes, happy Fiesta, brothers!
Yes, our family, friends, and devotees of Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Yes. Special mention to all the members and upcoming members of the Fraternity of Priests in different archdioceses
And dioceses of the country.
as well as the members of the communities of the secular Carmelites. Happy Fiesta!
Happy Fiesta! This is also a memorable episode because it is the first time ever in our Juan de la Cruz on the Move that we will be interviewing the only living Filipino discalced Carmelite bishop. Watch
Wow,
out
are you
later.
excited?
Yeah.
Yes.
At kamukha ko yan, bro, no?
Tingnan natin. But before we reveal the identity of our wonder guest, let us first proceed to our first segment here at
Wanna say something?
Our Wanna Say Something comes from our Holy Mother, Saint Teresa of Jesus. She said, "So I say now that all of you who wear this holy habit of Carmel are called to prayer and contemplation."
Ting. Okay. Thank you, Santa Teresa de Jesus, for reminding us always that this habit of ours is not just an external garment, but it has a responsibility to take into, especially in living out our contemplative lifestyle and our allegiance to Jesus Christ.
To know more about how a Carmelite has lived out his life in the church, we now listen to the experience and story of our
Wonder Guest! Our wonder guest is the former chairman of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, Episcopal Commission on Social Action, Justice, and Peace. He has been a bishop for 25 years. With his famous motto, "We belong to Christ," and a solemnly professed Carmelite for more than 50 years. Let us welcome our very own brother and the only living discalced Carmelite bishop in the Philippines, Nueva Cáceres Archbishop Rolando Octavus Joven Tria Terona, OCD.
Welcome po, Bishop. It's an honor to have you here in our program. First question, kumusta po kayo as Bishop, especially in this time of pandemic?
Yes.
Coping very well, and doing also my ministry in the best possible way I can. Siyempre with the proper health protocols, you know. But like a commander of the army, I have to go around visiting my troops also and encouraging them, and siyempre always trying to keep well and stay safe.
And now, Bishop, we have a 4 set of questions here, and you only need to choose the number you want, and we will do it randomly. Are you ready, Bishop? Ready. Okay. What number, Bishop? From 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Siyempre, number 1.
Number 1.
Question number 1. Can you share with us your short vocation story and why did you choose to enter the OCD among other religious congregations?
Yes.
First of all, priesthood, much less being a Carmelite, never crossed my mind. You know, when I was a young boy, a teenager,
Wow.
I really wanted to be a soldier. I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to join the Philippine Military Academy. because my great-great-grandfathers were all generals during the revolution against Spain. And my great-grandfathers, General Candido Tirona and General Daniel Tirona, were generals under General Emilio Aguinaldo. Okay? But God has His own plans for me, I guess. So I was finishing my high school. I was sent to Baguio for the Student Catholic Action Conference. And during the break, we were given copies of the Gospels. And then one time, on my own, I opened it, and then I happened to read the parable of the sower and the seed from the Gospel of Matthew. Remember that parable, right? Then after that, there seems to be a question asking me, "Oh, Rolly, what kind of soil or what kind of ground are you?" Okay? And that question never left me for 3 or 4 years. Because I was already in college. Okay? So I noticed things were beginning to change within me. Dati mahilig sa party, sa barkada. Then I kept on asking myself, after all these things, what? So I don't seem to be content or happy with what I was usually doing as a young adolescent, as a young teenager. Parang I was beginning to think deeper and trying to see a horizon far beyond my present horizon. Okay? So till I went on a retreat, and then when I went to see the priest, the director, before I even sat myself, I started crying. And then he said, "Why are you crying?" Then I told him what I was feeling. Then he said, when God calls you, you cannot run away. He said, and I think you should enter the seminary. Okay? So I entered the seminary. I applied, first of all, with the SBDs. Because my sister was with the Holy Spirit sister.
Oh, I see.
And we used to go to the convent in Ponsetia, Rodriguez, Irod. But then when I entered there, and I was not very happy about the way of life, vision, and there was a phone call for the vocation director. He stepped out, and I was looking at the papers. Then I saw the flyer. It says, "Be a man of prayer, be a Carmelite."
Wow.
You see, in college, I was very fond of reading spiritual books, especially books on the contemplative monks, the Carthusians, the Trappists. I really wanted to be a Trappist or Carthusians or Camaldulis, but we do not have them here. But when I saw that flyer with the praying hand, it says, "Be a man of prayer, be a Carmelite." And at the back, there's a schedule. It says 11:30, Matins or Office of the Readings. I said, "Oh, ito yung binabasa ko. Gumigising ng ating gabi." So I kept that. And when I stepped out of the office, I never went back to the SPD. And I called the vocation director of the Carmelites. And then the following day, I was interviewed. And the director went to see my family. And within a week's time, I was on my way to Iloilo, St. Joseph Parish, St. Joseph Novitiate, which I spent wonderful years.
Wow.
Hindi pa yung luma pang bahay. I really cherish my stay there. Until when I finished, I was sent to Manila, San Carlos, and then eventually to Israel for a year, and then 5 years in Rome, and then back here to the Philippines for my ministry. So it was, how did I discover Carmel? Precisely because of that. It says, "Be a man of prayer, be a Carmelite." So I made a research. Then I said, "Wow, this is also what I want, contemplative." Okay? But I was not very knowledgeable about Saint Teresa or Saint Teresa of Avila, of John of the Cross, of Saint. It was only in the novitiate that I fell in love with them, especially Saint Teresa of Child Jesus, and in Teresianum in Rome, especially with Santa Teresa of Avila, which I still read up to now.
Yes, Bishop, nabanggit mo na you fell in love, no, with the charism of the order, with our saints. Pero curious din kami malaman, no, kamusta naman yung lagay ng puso mo nung mga panahon na yun na nagdi-discern ka? Na in love ka rin ba? May babae ba na nag-decide ka na iwan o may nililigawan? Ano ba, Bishop?
Actually, I never had a very, very serious, yung mga crush na typical of teenagers, right? Pero I could sense that I was, at that time, I was taking political science and minor philosophy. So I was training myself to keep on reflecting to the value of things, where will it end, where will it bring me. So, and then of course, I noticed also I was very fond of silence. I would spend time before the crucifix in San Beda, always drop by the Blessed Sacrament. So, deep in my heart, really, parang I was like a deer that longs for, sabi nga, the oasis. No? So, that's what I was feeling. So, when I went to Iloilo, and I really said to myself, well, this is what God has been leading me into. So, in terms of the human side, yeah, it's there, but it doesn't really touch base, so to say, in the deepest heart of my person.
Okay,
Okay,
Bishop.
Bishop, naranasan mo palang kiligin dati, Bishop.
At Bishop, ready na po tayo. From, napili nyo na po ang number 1. Meron pa
Yes.
po kayong 2, 3, and 4. What number you want, Father? Bishop?
Well, simply following the one of Carmel, since inspired by Carmel, siguro number 2 na lang, para hindi mo gulo. Number 2. Ano ba number 2?
Number 2.
Okay. Our next question, Brother Ruming.
How do you express your devotion to Our Lady of Mount Carmel?
Well, first of all, I was very privileged and a big blessing that I studied for 1 year in Mount Carmel, Haifa. So Mount Carmel, Haifa, I was there for 1 year, from 69 to 70. So it was a beautiful experience. So we went to see the early monasteries, so Wadi Ashia, and of course we have the presence of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, the image in Haifa. Okay? And that's where we have our divine office, we sing Salve Regina, we have our reflection. So I would say that Mary, as Saint Therese would say, is more mother than queen. No? More mother. And that is how I express my devotion to her, being a son to her. A son.
Yeah.
Being a Carmelite. And I do that in a simple manner, just the recitation every morning of the Hail Mary to pay homage to her. And I try my very best to really feel her in my life every day. That as I go about my day-to-day chores or activities from morning to evening, I know there is a woman, a saintly woman, a mother, who is also looking after me. So nothing extraordinary or big. Nothing extra pious, just being aware that she is our mother.
Okay, Bishop. At meron naman po kayo natitirang dalawang tanong.
At syempre, ang susunod sa number 2 ay
Number 3.
Ayon. Okay. Okay, the third question is, in one word, Bishop, can you describe your life as an archbishop and why?
Well, of course, I would say servant, disciple. Disciple, then servant. Because tayo naman lahat, when the Lord calls us, He wants us to live our discipleship. So there should be a deeper and greater awareness that we have been told. And what is a disciple? To say yes constantly and to listen always. Okay, so that's a disciple. And then we are sent to go. We are sent as servants. So as an archbishop, I'm always guided by, I have to be servant disciple. Okay? Servant disciple. Even our Holy Mother always talks about, yes, faith, then followed by charity, and then faith, charity leads to service or being a servant. So that's how I see myself.
Yes, Bishop. At syempre, wala ka ng choice kundi ang last question, number 4. At Bishop, ang tanong, what are your learnings or wisdom being a chairman of the Caritas Philippines, especially now that our country and the world is facing this pandemic?
Yeah, well, I had been very fortunate also and blessed that I was made president of the NASA, National Secretariat for Social Action, or Caritas Philippines, for actually 5 years, or 6 years. Kasama na yung Yolanda. And part of that was also being the head of the Caritas Philippines. There is a Caritas Internationalis. So as head of NASA, or Caritas Philippines, I've had the occasion of visiting so many of our projects, especially in areas devastated by natural calamities, tulad ng mga typhoon natin. So we deal a lot with farmers, with fisher folks, with the poor, with women, see? All of these things. Ang realization ko talaga is, especially during our time now, it's the frailty of every person. We're all frail.
Yeah.
That we cannot find security, human security in its absolute sense. Mayaman ka ngayon, bukas pahirap ka. Marami kang pera, hindi mo na magagamit. Okay? Kaya another realization is relationship is very important. At the end of the day, talagang ayaman natin is our relationship. Especially relationship, of course, with God and relationship with those close to the heart of God, and that is the poor. That is the poor. Kaya nga, let us not see as incompatible being a Carmelite and being a person active or in the service of the poor. No, even our Holy Mother Santa Teresa always says that. We may be deep in our contemplation, but if the poor knocks at our doors, we should always be ready to open and offer them a warm soup or a good smile or alms. So a Carmelite, you look at the lives of our founders, Saint Teresa of Avila, Saint Therese, Saint John, they're all hearts inclined to serve the poor. So as chairman of NASA, well, more of it inspired by the Carmelite spirituality, I always have that in mind. Yes, we embrace the power of contemplative prayer, but we will also be launched by the dynamics of being servant and of being serving the poor.
Yes, Bishop, at talagang natuklasan ko rin yung kasipagan ni Bishop Rolly sa Caritas Philippines.
Wow.
Nung nagkasama kami dati sa Tagum, sa event ng CBCP nasa Caritas Philippines, at ako yung naging representative ng Radio Veritas during that time. So maraming
Yes,
salamat,
nalala ko yan. Yeah.
At talaga nga naman,
Yes.
Bishop, ikaw ay tunay na certified na Carmelite. Ayan, maraming salamat po, Bishop. At
Pero
like
ang characteristic ng Carmel is humor.
yes.
Okay, Carmelite, hindi marunong tumawa, hindi marunong mag-joke, hindi pwede yun. Sabi na yun ni Holy Mother Teresa, "O God, deliver us from sour-faced saints." Di ba?
Totoo yan, Brother Harold,
Yeah.
Naranasan ko yan kay Bishop nung nagtatrabaho pa ako. Magsisend yan ng message o tatawag yan sa akin. Magsishare lang ng kanyang joke.
Bishop, speaking of joke, bago tayo magtapos, pwede mo ba kaming pakitaan?
Sample ng joke. May bagong joke.
Ngayon, nung nakita ko kayong dalawa, tuwang-tuwa ako. Ang feeling ko parang gusto ko magkape.
Yes.
Nakita ko kayong dalawa.
Bakit?
Alam mo ba ang pinakamasarap na kape sa Pilipinas? Hindi yan Nescafe o UCC o Starbucks o Seattle Best. Ang pinakamasarap na kape sa Pilipinas, ang kapiling ka.
Wow!
Boom, boom!
Pero kung meron masarap na kape, meron din naman mapait na kape.
Ano yun, Bishop?
Mapait na kape. Yung kapiling ka ng iba.
Oh!
Another...
Mga postulant and novices, isi-serve natin ng decaf.
Yes.
Decaf. Pag inubos nila yung decaf coffee, okay sila dahil ibig sabihin dyan, hindi ka papabayaan.
Wow!
Hindi ka papabayaan talaga. Hindi papabayaan ng order. Lalo na pag inubos niya ang barakong kape.
Ano
Pag
lang
inubos
mangyayari
niya
yan?
matapang na kape ng isang novice o postulant o novice, okay yan. Dahil ibig sabihin dyan, ipaglalaban ang ating charism, matapang.
Matapang.
Oo, ipaglalaban. Kaya importante yan.
Yes, Bishop. At tatikman niyo po ang kaping barako ni Bishop Rolly. Ayan, abangan niyo po yan. Brown coffee, brown coffee. Magre-retire ka na raw eh.
Next year.
Bago ka
Sa July
mag-retire, bisita kami
22,
dyan.
July 22, birthday ko. So, mag-start na ako ng counting ng buwan. Hanggang next year. Pero I cannot celebrate this year sa Mount Carmel dahil very hard to travel, ang dami requirements.
Yes, Bishop.
Ah,
At
ang
advance
dami
happy
requirements.
birthday
dito
po,
na lang
Bishop.
dito na lang ako magse-celebrate July 22. Ipagdasal din na lang ako.
Yes, pagkanta natin si Bishop ng advance
Happy
happy birthday to you. Woo! Hindi kami ready.
Thank you. Maraming salamat. Ha? Thank you.
And
And I'm
Bishop,
glad that you're in this technology.
Yes
Yes,
po.
kami-
Yes, Bishop. At kailangan natin i-share ang Carmelite spirituality sa makabagong teknolohiya.
Mhm.
And now, Bishop, we would like to invite you to join us in our signing off greeting. Ang sasabihin lang po natin ay, go and tell the good news. Sabay po tayo, Bishop. Wait on our cue. And 1, 2, 3,
Go
and
tell the good news.
Maraming
Okay, happy
salamat.
fiesta.
Yes,
Happy
fiesta,
Mount
Bishop.
Carmel.
Bishop.